Hey friends, it's Kurt from Transformative Journeys again, speaking to you from the shadows of Briones Regional Park. So just sending you out this message before my next journey. Had a couple of good ones so far. Had a pretty long one, a 13-day journey earlier this spring, and did a brief one in June. And now I'm getting ready, and this one's going to be a solo journey. I'm not going to be with anybody else on this one. I'm going up to visit my sister in British Columbia. If you know the geography of British Columbia very well, she lives pretty far up. The folks there will tell you it's not the far north, but you got to go north a long way to get there. You basically go to Prince George, turn left, go 3 hours, and you're in my sister's neighborhood. Anyway, looking forward to that. Going to be a big day, or a big trip, rather. It's not going the way that I had originally planned. I've been thinking about this trip for a long time, and this sort of demonstrates something that is a little bit useful, I think, for anyone who's planning any kind of motorcycle trip. My original plan and my goal was to go up on the east side of the Sierra and the Cascades, cross over, pick up pretty much along the 395 corridor, some on 395, some not on 395, and head up into out of California and into Oregon and into Washington that way, and getting off on some of the secondary roads. I had some things I was really thinking would be fun to do. And then entering into British Columbia, fairly far east, not as far east as say Creston, but you know, further east than say Penticton. But I was watching the weather and watching the fire maps, and even though it's cooler today and it's going to remain cool tomorrow, that's going to put me a couple days of riding in triple-digit weather, and you know. That just brings up so many challenges. You can do it, and I've got, you know, ways to stay cool with cooling vests and everything else, but it's just not pleasant. It does have the great benefit, a lot of those roads are pretty empty, and I really like riding empty roads. So my alternative is not going to be nearly as empty. It's, you know, for a lot of people heading up Highway 1, I'll probably get a little bit of, Highway 101. I'll probably get a little bit of Highway 1 in tomorrow, just because I want to ride the far northern part of it, which for my money is the best, from a riding standpoint, from a pure riding standpoint, the best part of all of Highway 1 is the very northern part, right before it comes back into 101 at Leggett. That section of road's been recently repaved, and I'm looking forward to riding on that tomorrow and scuffing my tires in pretty good. But the rest of it's going to be heading up 101, and I know that for a lot of people this is sort of a dream tour, you know, riding California coast, the Oregon coast. I will already have turned inland a little bit by the time I get into Washington. I won't be on the Washington coast. I'm going to go up the east side of the Olympic Peninsula, you know, through Shelton and up to Port Townsend and so on. And it'll be cooler, and I'm looking forward to that. But it's also going to be busier, so it's going to be not quite as much fun. Probably crossing into Canada, it looks to me like the last time I went up, crossing into Canada at Sumas, and then make my way up the Fraser River Canyon, which I hear from some people they don't like. You know, I guess from a driving standpoint, it's kind of, if you have to drive it, it's kind of an ordeal. But for those of us who are just out riding to travel, it's beautiful, spectacular. And hopefully I'll be able to navigate my way around the fires up there. In the past, I've sometimes said I'll try to do video from the road, and I've proven to not be very good at it, so I'm not going to make any promises. If I get the chance, I will. This will be a little bit easier than prior trips for doing it, because one, I'm moteling it this whole trip. I'm not going to camp. And two, I'm going to be by myself. So, I mean, I've got some things to do. Tomorrow night, for instance, I've got a meeting of a nonprofit board I sit on, a few other things. But I think with a little bit of luck, I'll get a chance to post some pictures and maybe some video. And I'm really looking forward to it. So what I want to suggest that you do is get out and ride, and get out and push yourself, but don't get yourself into a position where you avoidably overdo it. And that's why I'm actually making the choice to stay away from the peak heat in the interior and stay out towards the coast and take advantage of the cool air from the Pacific. So I'll be thinking about you. I hope this inspires you to go do something, go push yourself, go see someplace new. My favorite place in the world, I've often said, is sitting astride my motorcycle, looking at a horizon I've never seen before, riding a road I've never ridden before. And I hope to get a little bit of that in this trip. On the way back down in particular, if the weather turns, I may make the choice to come back down the interior. But my initial plan, and the plan I'm going to stick with, is actually, I think, to get out to Vancouver Island, probably come down past Whistler and to Horseshoe Bay, and then take a ferry over to Nanaimo, and travel a little bit up into northern Vancouver Island, in part because I have some strong memories of being there fishing with my dad when I was 25. So be revisiting some old memories. Maybe it's a pilgrimage to those memories. Anyway, I hope to talk to you soon, and keep riding, keep exploring, keep transforming. There's a lot more to go. Talk to you soon.